Hi. Welcome to the 2023 recap of my channel. This year I didn't get 10,000 subscribers as I hoped for, so yeah, laugh it up. You know it's your fault though, right? Okay, just kidding. Though this year I got to do a lot of edits, did one video essay, and I did a lot of video game trailers, which I'm really happy about, and which I will talk about in this video as well. This year I wanted to do way more video essays, but not everything went as planned. Those videos that I wanted to do, I will still do them next year. There are some videos that I wanted to do way earlier, but then for some reason delayed them way later. Basically, a lot of stuff just didn't really work out at the beginning of the year. And that's due to personal problems in my life, but later down the year it got better. But then I was like spending a lot of time doing stuff outside, you know, touching grass. For example, I got this sick ass Quake tattoo. I got a Hop Quake tattoo as well, and I got this one-of-a-kind Saimizz jacket. Yeah, I'm done bragging. Anyways, this year was way less interesting for the channel in my opinion, but way more interesting for what I did outside of it. And once again, I still have my Patreon. I did get a few Patrons there looking at the stuff I posted, but then right at the start of the year some stuff happened and then I immediately forgot it even existed. So I'm really sorry about that, because I wanted to make like monthly updates for people who really care, and I just ended up not really doing that. So the Patreon is still there, it's still €1 or $1, and if you really want to support me you still can. Also, I still sometimes stream on Twitch, but still not regularly, but the streams keep getting worse and worse. Like not in a bad way worse. Okay, actually I don't know.
Shut the fuck up! I will ban all of you! I'm gonna ban every single one of you, and I will be streaming by myself.
Actually, I don't know if it's in a bad way or a good way, but you know, they're just getting worse. I don't know what else to say about it. So now I will be talking all about the videos that I made for this channel this year, and all the game trailers that I did as well. So I guess sit back, relax, and enjoy. Before I start with the actual videos I made, I wanna talk about this edit thing I made for Twitter. I made it right before the New Year's, and it's because I learned this new editing trick called data moshing. So I made this short edit with Ultrakill and posted it on Twitter, which was really fucking cool, and I put text on it which said 2023, retinas will burn. And also I put on Hue of Death, which is a name of an edit that I would plan to make, which I'll later talk about as well. One of the first videos of this year was the music video I made before. I had like a channel that I made for music videos, but then I realized that I'm not really gonna make that many music videos, so I already have like varied content here, so I thought that I would just upload it here instead anyways, because it kinda doesn't make sense to start like a whole new channel just for that. So I just re-uploaded this video here. So for the next stuff that I made, I really grinded out Ultrakill videos. First one was Ultra Saw, and it came from just watching Chainsaw Man. In one of the endings they had this like breakcore style song, and I really fucking liked it, so I made this like quick edit of it. I made it in like 1 or 2 days, like really quickly, and you can see how it's completely incomprehensible. You can't tell what the fuck is happening, and I guess I stuck to my word where I said that retinas will burn. Oh, and retinas did burn. They really fucking burned. Next is Ultra Punk 3, and this is still my ongoing Ultrakill edit series, but usually I upload them on Valentine's Day, but this one I uploaded before because for the next video I wanted to make a special one for Valentine's Day, and it was called Desiderium. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that word. The idea came from Marzuku. He makes a lot of Ultrakill inspired music. He made one segment of the track that I used for a Ultrakill combo collab, and he sent me like a work in progress version of this track, and I really fucking liked it and wanted to make a video of it. And of course it's like very emotional, and I mean, I wonder why. Next, what I made was a trailer for Tournament. It's a game made by Mothership, the same person who made Halfquake, which I made few videos on already. So of course he wanted me to give a shot at a trailer because he knows I really want to get into trailer making, and he basically gave me an opportunity to do so. Making a trailer for this game was very interesting because I mostly edit first-person shooters, and this is like a puzzle sort of game, so it was a challenge to find out what I should do correctly. Also, I had to work with text in this trailer, and I really have a trouble working with text in trailers for some reason, but Mothership really guided me and told me how exactly he wants it, and I think it turned out pretty great. Next trailer I worked on was for Torches of Fate, which is this sort of RPG maker sort of game. This one was pretty random because they found me on Twitter, and I don't know if they even saw my work before because I wasn't like really that experienced in making trailers for these kinds of games. And well, I did it, but I don't feel like I'm really happy about it because I'm still like finding my groove on how to work with trailers that are like different types of genres of games. But I guess they took it and they used it, so everything turned out fine. Next Ultra Kill edit I did during a stream actually. I streamed myself editing like 80% of it, which took like 3 hours if I'm not mistaken, and then the rest I finished by my own and then released it. This was like really fun to make, and it was fun to see what reactions people have to me editing and how fast I actually really edit, because I always don't know that somehow. And I really enjoyed the style of video as well. I made this one right after P2 came out, so I had a bunch of content to make the edit out of. And I made this really cool skull transition where I animated a skull in Source Filmmaker and then distorted it to make it blend in into the editing itself. Next edit I did is for Doom Eternal. It was another collab with Sylar. I actually did a lot of collabs with him this year, and this one I used the artist Health because I really fucking love them, and I made this really stylized to the point I think I obstructed the combos. But the funny thing with Sylar's gameplay is that his style of gameplay is so fucking intense that you can't tell what's happening. So even if I didn't over edit this, I don't know if anyone could tell what the hell he was actually even doing. Another collab I did this year was with Ommfe. If you know him, he basically makes the same kind of stuff like me. Maybe he makes more meme videos, but he still makes edits like me. And he is like way more popular, and it was funny that he came to me asking for editing advice, but I really actually don't know what editing advice to do except just edit more. So instead we collabed on his video. I did these like trippy cinematic edits for him in the breaks of the song, which I thought turned out pretty cool. Ommfe actually gave me an example of some of these Minecraft videos that actually have this kind of effect, and I tried to figure out how they were made and applied them to Ultra Kill, which was actually really fun. The next video is Hue of Death. It's the video that I hyped up before the New Year's, and yeah, I threw everything out the window for this one. I don't care if someone gets epilepsy from it because there's a warning, and I didn't care how visually over cluttered it is. I just put everything I can into it, and of course I chose music that completely fits the tone as well. I'm really happy with this video, and I also used the data moshing effect that I learned previously, but actually at this point I got disinterested in this effect. I still used it, but I don't think it was as cool as I thought I could use it, and I guess that was the end of it. But still, Hue of Death, the most epileptic montage I ever fucking made. And the next one is Violet Ecstasy. This one was one to like end this Ultra Kill edit craze that I went for this whole year. For this edit I chose this like melancholic breakcore music, and I chose my favorite color palette because I wanted to be very close to my channel, I guess. For this edit I included all my Ultra Kill edits that I made before, and it just goes from one to another at the end. This isn't my final Ultra Kill montage. I just didn't want to make more for the rest of the year because the game didn't really receive any new content and I wasn't playing it that much, so I feel like my clips have gotten really like tiring, and this is where I really fell into a slump of like making videos, and this is where I kind of ended that. It felt like I was just making edits for the sake of making them, despite them still being cool. But yeah, I feel like this really helped me a lot. And next trailer I made is for Turbo Overkill. I did the final episode trailer. This is not the final trailer, this is still for like a batch of levels that released before the full release of the game. Of course, this was like same as before. I really enjoyed making this one as well. There's really not much to say aside from it that it was shown in Summer's Game Fest, but it was like thrown in together with all the other trailers, just like one after the other, so like I don't think people even watched it. It was like at the end. But one cool thing about it is that it was released on IGN's YouTube channel, and I loved reading comments from that where people say that the people who made COD montages now are making trailers, which is not wrong in a way. I didn't make COD montages, but still, it's pretty funny to think about. Next thing I worked on was a trailer for a retro FPS called Blow Up. I only made a trailer for the demo release. This is actually the first trailer where I contacted the dev myself and asked if they want me to make a trailer for them, and the developer was a fan of my content, so he agreed to it. There's not much to say about this one, but it was just really fun working with the developer because he was just like super nice. He also gave me some gifts for making the trailer, like a mousepad for the game and a shirt, which I showed off in my next video, which is an essay about the importance of game trailers. And this is a video where I just completely gush about game trailers, I guess, my very specific thing that I really like. After I made this essay, I realized that my voiceover is very monotone and that I should change it. Not that I received a lot of complaints about it, but this is where I kind of realized it myself. And this video I planned to release early in the year, and again I delayed it for some reason, and when I actually started working on it, I made it like really quickly. For this video, I also tried to incorporate like these segments to make my essays feel more edited, if that makes any sense. When I watched other video essays, I noticed that mine usually doesn't have so much editing between every word. I don't know if that's really necessary, but it feels like I need to add more personality to everything. So I kind of tried doing that here. Despite knowing how to edit, for some reason it's really hard to get it correctly. And of course I did the launch trailer for Turbo Overkill. This was the big trailer, but there was unfortunate timing as it was like my birthday coming up and I planned to do things. So I did edit like 80% of it, but the rest of 20% was like a bunch of people working together and trying to make it as good as possible. It kind of sucks that I didn't participate in that, but they really polished up the trailer and made it look really professional. Most of the stuff that I edited is still there, of course, but like I said, it's a bit disappointing that the timing was off and I couldn't really do it how I wanted it to. And yeah, I loved working for all the trailers for Turbo Overkill. Really amazing start to this like career journey, I guess, if you want to call it that. After the Ultrakill video, I set a goal to make a bunch of edits for other games that I always wanted to and always delayed. So this is what comes after. Next video I made was a Half-Life 1 trailer if it was made today. I made it using a RTX mod and Half-Life M mod. It's funny, I uploaded this trailer and then later down the year there was the anniversary update for Half-Life 1. So some people came into this video and said, wait, this is not the anniversary edition. I'm like, yeah, it's not, because I made it before that even happened. And this video I also made pretty quickly. I started making it like at early summer and I just never sat down to it and finished it. And when I finished it like in one day and I immediately released it. And what's funny, it got a fair amount of views despite it being made like so easily, I guess. Next edit I made was for Sprawl. It's a game I was like hyped for a really long time. And for this video I really liked the soundtrack for the game, so I used like 3 different tracks from the game itself and just edited them all together to flow smoothly. I think I did a pretty good job and it was really fun to do so. I kept changing songs because I was so picky about which song I want to use, but I think it turned out nicely. And it's another case of the devs seeing my video and thinking it's cool and then hiring me later, which I will talk about. Then I made the edit for Deadlink, which is a roguelike retro FPS. I really liked the aesthetic of the game and I really wanted to make an edit with a funk song. At first I wanted to make one for Ultrakill, but since I told myself I won't make more Ultrakill videos, I decided that this game would be a perfect fit because of the visuals of the game. And honestly, I really like the aesthetics that I made for this video specifically, so I'm really happy about it. Next video I made was for Proteus. This one I wanted to make when Proteus released, and I just never sat down and made it, so this is another case of me making something that I already wanted to make for a long time. And it's another collab with Sylar, and again he breaks the game so much it seems like it's broken, and I guess the editing doesn't really help, making everything seem way more cohesive. Next thing I worked on was a early access trailer for Reaver. With this trailer I finally redeemed myself and made a good edit for this game, because I mentioned last year I made an edit for Reaver which I really didn't like. So this one is way better, and plus it's also an official trailer, so of course I loved making it. And of course the developer is also really nice, we're like really good friends, so really happy that he let me do this one. So after making a bunch of Turbo Overkill trailers, I decided that it's time to make an edit and to completely go unhinged, and this is what I did. And again I got Sylar to send me gameplay footage for this video, and it's completely insane. I picked a really fast Carpenter Brute song because that's the only kind of music that would fit his gameplay, but then what's disappointing that those last two videos didn't do that well in terms of views. I don't know if that was because I was late with the game releases or what, but it's kind of disappointing, even though I feel like those are pretty good videos. The last thing I worked on was a trailer for Sprawl. So like I mentioned, I made an edit, and then later the devs reached out to me and told me they want me to make a trailer for their Christmas update. They gave me creative freedom. Since this update was a collab with two different games, I wanted to point that out. So I set a challenge for myself to work with text in trailers. Like I said before, I didn't do a good job with that in my opinion, and I feel like with this one I did it pretty well. So it might seem that I described this year as shitty, and if you look at views and subscribers, maybe you can sort of agree with that, but like I mentioned, I got to work on a lot of game trailers, which is what I'm really passionate about, so I don't really think that this year was actually shitty in any way to me. But next year I will focus more on video essays than edits. Of course I will still make both because I enjoy making both. Maybe at the start of the year it will be less frequent, because I have to finish my college, and then afterwards I will put a lot of effort into making even better content for all of you. So I hope you will have a great next year and everything you want will come true. And again, thank you for watching. I love that you watch my channel, and I hope I will get 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, see ya, don't wanna be ya.